Okay, so for creating the HUD, you want to go to your UI folder, or whatever folder you have your widgets in. You want to right click and go into user interface, and then select the widget blueprint, and you want to call that HUD. And then just save that. And then you want to open up your HUD. And now the first thing you want to get is the progress bar, and you drop it in the canvas panel. And then you want to adjust that to whatever size you want and however big you want it, and then just anchor it to whatever side of the screen you want it to be. And then we're going to go to style, the background image, and we're going to make that red for the loss of health. And then after that you go to the fill image, and you want to change that tint to green for the player health. Well, you can put whatever colours you want really. And then you want to scroll down and put the percentage as 1, because it's going to be done in decimals. And then after that, once you have all that done, you want to go to your graph, and then you get event construct. You drag out from the node or the pin and cast to first person character, or whatever your character is. I'm just going to move the event tick down. And then you want to get the player controller. That's not showing up. Oh sorry, get player character, not controller. And then you just want to connect the two pins together like so. And then from first person character, first we're going to create a variable. It's going to be called my character, and then you're going to want to change the variable and search for first person character for your character. And then we're going to drag that out, and we're going to set that variable, and then we're just going to connect them up. Once you have that done, just compile, save, and then we'll minimize that for now. And then you want to go to your character blueprint, double click it, open it up, and then from there you want to get event begin play. It's already up there, but we're not using the VR, so we're just going to delete all that code. It's not needed. And then you want to drag out from event begin play, and you'll type in create widget, and then you're going to select your HUD widget for your class. And then from there you'll want to create a variable for health, and then another one for HUD. We're putting in the health so that we can test it out, see if the HUD's working. And you want to make the health a float variable, and then you want to compile it, put the health as 1, and then we also want to create another variable, and we'll call it HUD reference. And then you want to change that variable type and just search for your widget, which is called HUD, so we just search for HUD. And then what you want to do is you drag out from HUD, you set the HUD, you connect the two pins from the creating the widget to the variable, and then you want to drag out from the variable to add to viewport to show it on the player screen, and connect those pins up. And then you want to compile and save it. And then we're going to go back into our HUD, which is in our folder, wrong one. We'll go back into our HUD and we'll go to designer. We're still on the progress bar, so we'll scroll down to the percentage. I'm going to click bind, go into my character which we created before, and now we can use the health variable. So that should be binded, and just to test it out, we're going to go into the game to see, and as you can see, it's up there in the top left. Okay, and now we're going to put in the endgame blueprint. to also check if the code's working as well, and just so when all the players' health is gone, they will essentially die and the endgame screen will show up. So we're going to create a new user interface, another widget blueprint. Just going to call this endgame and save it. And then what you want to do is you open it up, you get your image that you're going to have, you get your, not progress bar, you get your button, you get two buttons, attach them onto the canvas panel, get your two text boxes, don't attach them to the canvas panel, put them on the buttons, and then for your image you want to anchor that to full screen and then just drag it out so it fits the size of the screen. And then once that's done, you want to insert your image. And then we're going to get our image, which I called it lose screen. Now that shows up there, you can use any image you want. And then you want to get the buttons, and depending on where you want to have them, I want them the center right. And then you can put in the positions, so 0 is the middle, so 500, I don't know where that moves it. 0 moves it over there, so we'll put it as minus 200. No, a bit more than that. Minus 500. And then you want to move the position down, so we'll put it as 500 is too much, so half 500 to 50, 200, 100. And you want to rename the button, so we're going to call this our exit button, because this is going to quit the game for us. Can't type properly. Exit button, and then change the text on that to whatever you want to call your button. We're going to call it exit, and then we repeat the same process for our other button. It should be there. The position will be minus 50. Nope, more than that. Minus 500 again. And then it will be not 50, we'll have it as a 0. No, a bit more than that actually. Minus 100. And then what you want to do is the same that you did with the other button, and just rename it, so retry button. And then same with the text, and we'll just name the text retry. And then these buttons are actually a bit too small, so we're just going to adjust the size of it. X will be 150, this will be 50, and then we'll have the same for the other button. It'll be 150 and 50. Okay, and then what you can do, it's optional, you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but choose the color of it. So we go to the normal one first, and we're gonna have this as a red button just because they died, and why not. And we're gonna make it darker, and then we're gonna go to when it's hovered over, the image will get brighter. The button will get brighter, sorry, not the image. And then repeat that for the retry button. They're already there. So then just go to red, make it darker. We'll leave the text white, you can change the text color if you want. And then that'll be brighter. And then what you want to do is you want to go to what each button's going to do, go down to events and click the plus on clicked. So this will open up, and when the button is clicked this will happen. So we're going to type in open level, because we're going to open our main menu. Just let me check what that's called, I can't remember. Maps, yeah, it's just main menu, and then first person example map. So go back into here, main menu, File, save, back to designer, and we'll do the same thing with the retry button. So on clicked, open level. I'm actually just going to rename that level to make it easier. Rename, just call it map 1. Okay, that's saved. Back into this, and then map 1. So now when these buttons are clicked, when the exit button is clicked, the main menu will open up, and when the retry button is clicked, the map level, the first map will open up. So compile and save, and then what you want to do is you want to go to your maps and create another level. We'll call this endgame. Save it. Double click. No, don't open it up. Sorry. Actually, no. Yeah, you do have to open it up, and then you want to click up here into blueprints. Open the level blueprint, and for some reason you have to click it twice. I'm not sure why. And then once that's done, you want to get event begin play. Create a widget just like with the HUD, and except instead of our HUD this time, it's going to be our endgame. And then you want to drag out from that and add the viewport so the player can see it again. Connect the return value up to target, and then we're going to drag it out. I'm going to type set, can't see that, set show mouse, and sometimes this happens, so just click context sensitive off. So this is going to show the mouse, and then you'll also want to get the player controller, which is there, and you want to connect the 2 pins up, and make sure this is ticked as well. So that should be our, no wait, there's one more. Go into your first person blueprints, and then I already just clicked up here because I already had it open. Then you want to get an event tick. You want to cast to the first person character, and then you just want to join those two up. You want to get the player character. Sorry, there's no day in it. Get player character. Connect the 2 values up so that it's assigning it basically. And this is where we use our health variable. I'm just going to make that visible so you can edit it. And then we want to get the health. Wait, sorry, drag out from here and get health, and then from here you want to type in float and get less than or equal to. So if the health goes below 0, then the end game screen will open up. So that's connecting up, and then you want to get a branch. So right click and just get branch. A branch provides a condition. Well, you have to provide the condition, but it enables 2 options to happen. And I'm just going to move this up here out of the way. So then you want to connect that up for the condition. And then from your first person character, that's going to be for the branch. So the condition is if the health is below 0. If the condition is true, then creates widget for creating the endgame widget. Class will be our endgame, and then from there we're going to add that to viewport. Connect the pins up once again, and then we're going to set the game pause. Set game pause. Click that, and then from there we're going to set show mouse. It's not showing up, so click context sensitive. Set show, I don't have it typed. Set show mouse, click that off, and there we go. And then we're going to want to tick that so that it shows the mouse. And then from there we're going to get player controller again, and then connect those up. So that will be the end game screen. So reference HUD, and then just end game code. Yep, showed up. Okay, so then compile and save. Now once you have that done, we are going to put in pickups, so we can show if the player loses health and if they can regain health, and then once the player health is completely gone, the level will open up. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to minimize this. Actually wait, no, it should be on my first person character blueprint. So we have the health variable set up, so we're going to just type in F. This is for the button F, and if it's pressed, we're going to set the health. So once F is pressed, it'll change the health, and then we're going to get the health variable. Oh, yeah, the health value is 1. I'm not sure if I said that or not. And then you want to drag out from health, type in float again, and get minus. So float minus float. Yeah. And then from there you want to change it to 0.1 because it's done up in tens, so 0.1 is 1/10 of the health. And then you want to set that. So every time F is pressed, it decreases the health by 0.1 and it sets the new health. It should be displayed, so compile.